every form of U.S. citizen communication and acting on all suspicious interactions, regardless of the context or origin? Think about this. Is it hard to imagine a future president addressing the nation with this following statement? In 2013, we were storing vast amounts of communications data, including the metadata of millions of Americans' phone calls as a way of fighting terrorism. This collection was a transparent and perfectly legal process. Now, ignore the fact that the so-called transparent system is run by the Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Court, which is operated in total secrecy and interprets the law of the land in its own special way. Anyways, unfortunately, the terrorists still managed to slip through the cracks and successfully harmed U.S. citizens. We need to be more diligent. We can't wait to look at this data until after the terrorists have succeeded. We can't afford to only take action on certain suspicious communications because the risk of us missing another terrorist attack is too great. For that reason, we need to actively monitor all communications and take all threats seriously. Now, does that sound that crazy?
No.
We're not that far away from that happening. Have you ever noticed how saying the word bomb on a plane gets you kicked off? Hopefully you haven't noticed firsthand. Now imagine saying bomb on a Facebook status, and suddenly the police show up at your door just to make sure you aren't a real threat. This kind of lack of privacy stifles creativity and innovation, as people become afraid of triggering the attention of the surveillance state. In trying to protect our liberties, the government is destroying them. They claim to be dedicated to protecting our freedoms, while they carelessly shred the Bill of Rights in front of our eyes. When they finally finish building their intrusive surveillance apparatus intended to protect us from the dangers of the world, is there going to be anything left for them to protect?
No.
Government officials like Dianne Feinstein and Dick Cheney call Edward Snowden a traitor for pulling back the curtain and revealing this boundless surveillance state. While they sit in Washington and pass secret laws that fly directly in the face of the Constitution, at the end of the day, who has done more to preserve and protect the American people and their rights? Who is the real traitor?
Woo! Yeah!
Progress of mankind depends upon the protection of such rights. Without them, we are literally sitting in cells of our own making. And what for? Safety? Evil will still exist. Nobody can ever guarantee 100% safety.
Amen.
Our founding fathers understood this fact of life. They knew that a false sense of security was not worth trading in their liberties. The ideas outlined within the Constitution, due process and the right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, these are ideas that had been under development since the Magna Carta was first established in 1215, and then with the English Bill of Rights several hundred years later. The radical notion that the government's purpose was to serve people by protecting their rights had already been posited 100 years before the American Revolution by the philosophers such as John Locke and Thomas Hobbes. The Constitution was not invented overnight. The understanding that all humans have an inalienable right to life, liberty, privacy, no matter what, took centuries to realize and enact. Countless patriots have died to protect these rights, and countless more have lived their entire lives under oppressive regimes, wishing they had the freedoms that we have. So will Americans confront this issue? Understandably, many people appear hopeless. They think it's too late for us. They see a political system in which no amount of activism can make a difference. They see that the government has successfully removed the wedge put in place by our founding fathers, which was meant to limit the power of government and the dangers that come with it. Almost there.
You're fine.
Yeah! Woo! Way to go, John! Woo! Keep it going, keep it going!
But I see something else. I see people coming together to change the course of our country. I see coalitions of powerful internet organizations forming with the sole purpose of the protection of our rights and our liberties. I see information and ideas being shared more quickly than ever before. I see people getting their news from alternative internet sources when the media is busy broadcasting what Honey Boo Boo tweeted this morning instead of informing viewers that the U.S. government is snooping around their email inboxes.
Amen.
I see people using this technology to organize and inform and fight back. I see Democrats. I see Republicans. I see Libertarians. I see Independents, all coming together for a common cause. Most importantly, I see Americans that want their rights back. And that right there is reason for hope. Right now, you might be frustrated like I am, because just so few people seem to care. This street looks pretty empty. A majority of Americans would rather sit back and allow their rights to be taken away than stand up and defend them. Thomas Jefferson once said, "Timid men prefer the calm despotism to the tempestuous sea of liberty." But that is why true leadership is rare. That's why people like you are so important. While others prefer complacency, a leader stands up and takes action. When others prefer ignorance of the situation, you insist upon unfettered knowledge. This is not always easy. Leadership means being alone, at least at the beginning. It means being the tireless minority that screams and shouts until someone listens and joins you. But I promise, guys, eventually America will listen.
My name is Ilya, and I grew up in Madison, Wisconsin. I was born in Russia. I'm going to be at the University of Iowa this fall. And we're here because we believe this country is great, and we want to have it stay that way. Kudos to Alex and John in particular for bringing us out here on such a beautiful, sunshiny day. It's a great day to enjoy the 4th of July. It's a great day for baseball. It's a great day for protesting. Here in the Midwest, there are some snowstorms. And we know, being in the Midwest, that if there's a snowstorm, you don't wait 2 months for the snow to melt. If you find yourself snowed in or snowed in, you go ahead and dig. And there are a lot of people in this country who are willing to dig us out of this mess. And we are among them. Once again, happy July 4th, and let's give Alex and John and everybody here a round of applause.